Hi, it's Karen Dubs with FlexibleWarrior.com, and we're going to do a little evening wind down tonight. So, what you need are two tennis balls or lacrosse balls. I really prefer these myofascial release balls. They're called Pinky Ball, and you can get them on Amazon. If you can't find them, there's a link on my website, FlexibleWarrior.com. But I just like the texture of them. The lacrosse balls are a little bit too hard for me, um, and the tennis balls are just a little too squishy, too soft for me. So although a newer tennis ball is a little better than an older used one, but it's a preference thing. You just want to be careful that you don't want to dig too deep into your muscles. You don't want to cause more trauma or inflammation. You want it to feel good, like a hurt so good kind of feeling. Okay, so we're going to start on your back. We're going to focus on hips and shoulders. Okay, so those are areas that a lot of us hold a lot of tension. So comfortable clothes on. You just want to take one of the balls and put it underneath your hip socket, and you're going to rock onto the ball and off. Okay, so just like that, rock onto it. You might find a little tender, sore spot. That's what you're looking for. And then rock back off and maybe move it a little bit. So move it a quarter of an inch or so, just to find a new spot each time you rock back off. Okay, so rock on and rock off. And so it's ideal to spend at least a minute, maybe 2 minutes on each of these places that we're going to be focusing. Again, shoulders and hips, where we carry a lot of tension, those big joints in the body. If you're feeling a lot of tenderness and soreness, you might want to spend a little bit more time. So we're just going to go through about a 10-minute sequence. We're going to spend a minute or so just doing a little trigger point release, and then we're going to do a stretch right after that. Sorry, I just really found a spot right there. And by the way, if you really find a spot like I just did, you want to stick with that spot and maybe just kind of roll around in a circle. There's really no perfect right or wrong way to do this. As long as it feels good, you're doing it right. That's the rule. And if it doesn't feel good, like a hurt so good feeling, then change it. Come off of it, maybe do a little less pressure. Okay? So go ahead and come off of that. And let's just go ahead right away, just do a hip stretch. So just cross your right ankle, whichever hip you were just working on. I'm on my right side. And pick that left foot then up from the floor. You can slide your hands underneath your thigh, or if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, take your hands over your shin or your knee. So whatever feels good for you. Take about 5 deep breaths in and out through your nose. And remember, sometimes less is more. So you don't want to feel tense. You don't want to be stretching and have your shoulders up to your ears, or you don't want to be holding your breath. So take it nice and easy, inhales and exhales. All right? Go ahead and just release your left foot back down and just cross that right foot over to the ground. And spread your arms out wide. You can look over your right hand or close your eyes. And take another nice deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, soften your shoulders and release any tension that you're holding in your face or your jaw. Good. And let's go ahead and bring that up to center. And just switch sides. So take the ball and put it under your left hip. I know you can't see it, but you saw it on the other side. So you're going to rock on. Find a sore spot, move the ball a little bit around the hip socket. So it's a ball and socket joint. So you just want to move around in a circular motion and just keep finding a new spot. And again, when you find a spot that's particularly sore, stay with it a little bit longer. So rock around on it. You can go around in circles. Again, there's really no rule as long as it's feeling good and a good release for you. A little self-massage here. And the reason I like to do this is because, foam rolling is awesome. And of course, getting massages are awesome. They're just, massages can be a little pricey over time. This is just a little self-massage technique that you can do that increases the length of time that your massage then lasts a little bit longer when you do these techniques. And, with the foam rolling so much, you have to hold yourself up with your shoulders and your core. So this is nice because you just get to lie down. So a little bit easier. Okay, go ahead and come off of the ball. Again, we're just going to spend about a minute. You can certainly do longer on your own. You're going to take your left ankle over your right knee. You can just hold a stretch just like this, by the way. If that's a strong enough stretch for you, and you can give your knee a gentle little push away with your left hand if you want. But if you want a stronger stretch, you're going to pick your right foot up from the ground. Make sure your chin is towards your chest, by the way, so you don't want to be here. You want your shoulders down from your ears, your chin towards your chest, and ideally your nose pointing straight up to the ceiling or towards the sky if you're outside like me. I'm turning my head because I'm talking to you a little, but ideally, again, back of the neck is long. Okay? Let's take one more nice deep breath. And then exhale your right foot down to the ground. You're going to keep your left ankle just where it is, and then just cross your left foot over. So your kneecap is kind of pointing up towards the sky or the ceiling. And again, arms can spread out wide, and you can look over your left hand now, so looking away from the foot that you dropped down. And then bringing it all the way back to center. Now you're going to take both of the balls, hopefully you have two of them, and we're going to put them right behind the shoulder blades. I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see. You're going to take your, and my shoulders are pretty flexible, so I can do this no problem. You might need a friend to help you, but you're going to use your fingertips and just guide it back there so it's right behind your shoulder blade. Okay? And then same thing, other side. You're going to take your right hand, reach across your body, and just use your fingers so that you're lifted up on both of the balls. Okay, hopefully you can see that okay. And now this looks a little bit weird, but what you want to do is move your shoulders around in a big circle. It kind of looks like a mummy walk. You might need to keep readjusting the balls a little bit. They might squirm around a little bit. And then same thing, you're looking for trigger points right behind your shoulder blades, which for many people is an area that there's a lot of knots and sore spots. So just kind of roll around. And again, take as long as you want here. So I just want to demonstrate this, and we're just going to spend about a minute on each of these spots, but you can certainly take longer. And again, if you find a spot, just hold it, and you want to try to breathe in really deeply. The more that you reach your fingertips up towards the sky or towards the ceiling, the more you spread your shoulder blades apart, and the more you can really get into those little trigger points. Okay? And then go ahead and come off of the balls. And we're just going to do a quick stretch for that same area. So this is called eagle arms. So you're just going to take your right elbow, put it under your left. If you have really tight shoulders, you probably won't be able to wrap your palms like I am, but you can just have your hands just like this, totally fine. Okay, whatever works for you. If you can wrap your palms, go ahead and do that. What you want to do is reach your elbows and your forearms away from your face or away from the floor. So you're spreading between your shoulder blades. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Get a good stretch of your upper middle back. And then release. Let's do the same thing the other way. So the left elbow is going to go under the right. You're going to wrap your palms if you can. If you can't, you might be able to take your thumb and your pinky, by the way, too, or just hands out. Either way, you're going to reach your elbows up to the ceiling, spreading your shoulder blades apart. Reach your forearms away from your face. Get a good stretch between your shoulder blades. Take a deep breath into your upper back. And exhale, relax. Okay, last thing. We're going to take the balls and put them right at your levator scapula. So these are the muscles that pull your shoulders up to your ears and get really tight, especially after driving and typing and all those daily movements that cause so much tightness in the shoulders. So you're going to take the ball and just put it right at the top of your shoulders. You're not really going to tuck it underneath this time. It's just right at the very top of your shoulders, right beneath sort of where your ears are. Take your feet, put them about hip-bone distance apart into the floor, and then you're going to lift your hips up to the sky like bridge pose. So don't turn your head. Keep your nose pointing straight up. And push back into the balls a little bit so you feel the balls pushing down into the levator scapula, or the muscles that draw your shoulders up to your ears. And you can release out of that, move the balls in a little bit or out a little bit, and repeat. So lifting up and releasing down. And just continue to do that. So you can tuck the balls slightly underneath your shoulders. You may need to hold on to them because they pop out a little bit. And then again, just move them a little bit and lift back up, releasing your shoulders and back down. Okay, one more time. Lifting up and lowering down. Good. So you can do that a lot more if you want to. And just turn your head from right to left, just freeing up your neck and shoulders. And that's it. So it's just a short 10-minute little self-massage sequence that you can do. End of the night is a great time, like right before bed, to just take a few moments to just release any tightness in your hips and your shoulders. Have a good night's sleep. Drink lots of water. Ideally not right before bed, because then it'll get you up in the middle of the night. But make sure you stay hydrated as well, because these myofascial release techniques, the massage, and the hydration and good nutrition, of course, are just as important as stretching to maintain your flexibility and speed your recovery. All right? Thank you so much. Namaste.